Hello everyone, how's it going? So this is gonna be my first video. I figured that I'd just introduce myself a little bit and tell you what we're gonna do here. So my name is Monet. I'm 23 and I decided to make this YouTube channel because I have a lot to complain about. No, I'm just kidding. I like to talk about things and rant about things, laugh about things, joke about things. And today I am just parked in my car right now, chilling, got the windows down. I have no AC, so I guess let's start off with that. So I crashed my car a while ago. It was totally my fault, stupid. Smashed my whole front end in. Luckily my boyfriend fixed it for me. He's really, really good at the cars. But the one thing that we didn't get fixed was the AC. So I DoorDash. So you can just imagine how hot it is. Even with the windows down, once it's hot in my car, I have a dark gray car, it just stays in here and it's hot and it gets sweaty and it's just not the look, you know what I mean? And like if you turn on, like, I don't know if you can hear it, but if you turn it on, it just blows like whatever air is outside, but once the engine is hot, it blows that hot air in here, which just doesn't do anything. If anybody wants to leave any suggestions in the comments on where I can get a fan or like a spritzer or something for my face while I drive, that would be awesome. Completely my fault. It was stupid. Remember to pay attention when you drive. When you DoorDash, make sure that you're not looking at your directions or your app or your pop-up or whatever it is too long like I did. We got ourselves a lemonade, pink lemonade, favorite drink. What's your favorite drink? It's a really nice day out today. I feel like the other thing I want to freaking complain about today, rant to y'all, maybe y'all are ranting with me, is about how expensive gas is right now. I'm parked across the street from a Valero and their gas is $4.09. Now that's actually pretty decent for my neighborhood, but $4.09, Jesus, okay, that's just too expensive. But down the street at the Chevron, it's $4.50 for the lowest grade cash. What the heck, dude? People are not gonna be driving or doing anything unless they're going to work, which is just, that's ridiculous. Why are we paying that much for gas? I have other bills that I need to pay for, and in and of itself, door dashing is expensive on gas. Yes, you get a reimbursement, but you don't get a reimbursement until a week later. And when gas is over $4, that doesn't get you anywhere. It takes all the money that you've earned out of the day just right into your tank. You know what I mean? It sucks. You have people driving behind me right now. But yeah, I'm not happy about that. Imagine if like you were to drive like a diesel truck or something. Like what do those people do? I couldn't. On a positive note, I feel like even though it's just the beginning of summer, I have a hunch that we might get away with a little bit of a cooler summer than normal. I don't know about y'all where y'all live, but I'm in California. Bay Area. I don't know, what do you consider Bay Area? I guess I should say like Walnut Creek-ish area, okay? Ish. It has been really nice, pretty breezy. A couple days have been in the 90s, but it's nowhere near as hot. We can leave all the windows open during the day and have the breeze come, and the ground isn't hot. I don't know how many of y'all have dogs, but I have 2 dogs. And it's been really nice to just let them go in and out as they please to potty and play in this nice weather. So let's just keep our fingers crossed for that, honestly. Another thing that I was hearing today while I was watching YouTube was this professional dog trainer was talking about how he needs help. He needs help starting a website to help all these people who have, let's just say, for a better lack of word, neglected the responsibilities of socializing and taking care of their dogs. And he worded it as he needs a website to help advertise his training for these aggressive, unsocialized dogs. And my first reaction, now some of you may not care, some of you may not know about dogs, but you have to socialize them. And my first thought was, why are we using the word aggressive? Why are we using that word? The word should be reactive, because let's just say, for example, he said that some of the clients that he's gotten messages from have said that their dogs were perfect before quarantine, and now they bark at every single person who walks by, every single dog, squirrel, bird, etc. And I'm just dumbfounded, because I don't care if we're in the middle of a pandemic, people. It's your responsibility to walk and to socialize and to train your dog. You can go out in your front yard, for all I care, for 30 minutes a day in your own front yard. People don't have to come in your front yard and work on sit, stay. People are going on walks. They were going on walks all the time. Like, all last year I saw them. You work with your dog in your front yard. Have them do sit, have them do stay. If people are comfortable petting your dog while they're walking in front and you're okay with that, go ahead and do that. With your masks, of course. I don't have mine on right now because I'm in my car and no one's around me. But it was just appalling and mind-blowing to me that he was going to put it off in such a way where we're not addressing the fact that the owners should be responsible. And I'm saying I raised a puppy during this pandemic. He just turned 2 on May 15th. And I also rescued a 6-year-old, 5, he's 6 now, 5-year-old Staffy mix, who had a lot of problems, who was not socialized. He was kept in a crate in the house because the lady that I rescued him from had other dogs, and let's just say that she didn't deal with him the way that she should have, and she kind of put it off and just locked him away. So he stayed in a crate in her home, and then most of the time he was out in a kennel, a 10 by 12 kennel in her garage. Yeah, in her garage. That's a whole nother rant video in itself. But if I could take the time out of my day for, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I did an hour personally, a walk and food training, and just even going to the dog parks, even if there was, people who were like not comfortable. Well, that's my thing. If you're not comfortable being around people, you shouldn't have been at the dog park or whatever, but I would do my best to make sure that he was socialized. And he went from being completely reactive to dogs, reactive to people, bikes, motorcycles, cars, anything moving, really, because he never got to see those kinds of things. He never got to interact with other kinds of dogs or puppies or other animals. And so I had, at the time when I first got him, guinea pigs and a bunny, which the guinea pigs passed away due to old age, and my bunny's still around. But in less than a year, he went from being that way with a bite history, and you couldn't touch his collar, and very unwilling to go in his crate or in confined places, because he knew that in the past he had been locked away. So there's just no excuse. My puppy, who's just turned 2 on May 15th, he's been socialized very well, and he loves dogs. He does very good with small dogs to large dogs, energetic to slowpoke old dogs, or just, your local Chihuahua who doesn't want anybody around them. So that just irked my nerves. It made me mad. And yes, I understand maybe if you're not in the US, things might have been a little different, but then again, maybe you shouldn't have rescued a dog or gotten a dog, or maybe, you know, there's no reason why you couldn't have just taken your dog on a walk. If the dog that you had before the pandemic is now barking at your grandma and your mom, that's just, to me, shows that the dog wasn't properly trained or acclimated, socialized beforehand. It's only been a year and a half. And I can definitely tell you that if you had a dog for 7 years, a year and a half of not being socialized on behalf of the owner is probably at least 50-50. You know what I mean? Depending on how long you've had that dog. But I have a hard time believing that a dog you've had that long, like, I feel like it's like an 80% chance if you've had a dog that long. Maybe if you've rescued a dog or you just got the dog right before the shutdown. But this just leads into another whole other issue. Is like the rescue dogs who are also now being left and destroying things at home because they didn't get any time and training for being left alone, because everybody knows that they were going to have to go back to work eventually, are now being dumped off at shelters. And now the dogs that are misbehaving because their owners didn't do what they needed to do on their part to train and to work and to socialize the dog are probably now all going to be dumped off the shelters as well. And I'm irritated. But my main point about this whole rant was that the gentleman who made the post used words that I feel like, as a professional dog trainer, you would know better than to use. An aggressive dog, there's a difference between a reactive dog and an aggressive dog. An aggressive dog is always, no matter what the situation is, whether it's in a corner, whether it's open space, very dominant, very bossy, and will growl and will bite and throw its body weight around and push you around to try to show that it's, you know, the bigger, more dominant animal. As to where a reactive dog is pretty sweet in nature all around until there's a new situation or scary situation or something that you haven't taken the time to work on. They react towards that negatively, which it be lunging and barking, whether it be like trying to get out of their collar, you know how they do. Whether it be, some dogs are opposite, they shut down and they put their tail down and they put their ears down, and you can't get your dog to move. And again, he should have worded it better, and he should have done better, in my opinion. But I guess you've kind of gotten the gist of like what I rant about here, and if you agree, just rant with me. Let's all understand together that we go through things and we're not alone, and it's okay to complain or to vent or to rant like me. And you can go back at it and laugh at yourself, or you can just feel like in that moment, like, I was really passionate about it, you know? Yeah, well, hopefully you all enjoyed, and I guess leave any comments about your favorite food, anything that irks your nerves, your opinion on the gas prices. Yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.